Hey everybody, welcome back to Brainiac Baseball's 1984 Detroit Tigers season replay. Today's matchup is between the Detroit Tigers and the Texas Rangers at Arlington Stadium. On the mound for the Tigers today is Dan Petry, whose record is 9-7 with a .420 ERA. And pitching for the Rangers today is Al Lachowicz, whose record is 8-10 with a .456 ERA. Okay, so we lost 2 out of 3 versus the Twins, a last place team. There's really no excuse for that. The only thing I can think of is perhaps because we had won those 12 games in a row, the game is automatically reverse moguling right now to get our win-loss record, or maybe our Pythagorean win-loss record in line with whatever it should be at this point of the season. And that does concern me for this 4-game series versus the Rangers. Now, we have played the Rangers one series this year, and we were 1-2 against them. So that doesn't really bode well either. The Rangers are a, next to last place team, or third from last. They're definitely under 500. If we look at the standings here, I guess that'll tell us, they're 53 and 64. So not great. They don't hit a lot of home runs. They don't steal a lot of bases. So, this should be an advantage to us, but with the way things are going, it's hard to say how it will play out. A couple of things here to clean up. First of all, I did not play a game yesterday. I was unavailable. But the game before that, I guess there were some audio issues. I went back and listened to that series, and I can't explain where the issues with the sound came from. I've disconnected everything and reconnected it. I think we'll probably be fine. Maybe it was a one-off issue. But I apologize for that poor quality of audio in the last game. Now, we do have the giveaway going on. We're going to give away the Bert Blyleven card, autograph card, in game 123. So that's coming up soon. This is game 119. Go ahead and take a look at the duck race. As you can see, here are our contestants. We got it mixed up a little bit today. A lot of fun new ducks listed here. We got Big Mike here at the bottom, who's got a strawberry head. I don't know what that's all about. Freddie C is perhaps a witch. Dave K is a purple duck? John M is a Dr. Duck. Kent S is like a silver stripe duck. Charismatic Dad is maybe like a miner or something. I'm not sure. Don T is striped. Got Jason Vermont Sports Guy with the hearts. Miss D is I guess it's just a regular duck today. And Julio L is Rudolph the red-nosed duck. The rain duck, I guess that's what you would call it. So those are our 10 contestants for the 3 Topps Tribute Bert Blyleven autograph card. Second place, we are giving away a 2004 Topps Torrey Hunter autograph card, which is pretty sweet in its own right. So there's your 10 contestants. We are still taking contestants. If you want to get in on this, just be a subscriber and let me know in the contests if you want to get in. In the comments, I should say, if you want to get in on the contest. Okay, let's go ahead and get started with today's game. As always, I appreciate everyone following along. Like and or subscribe to the channel. We did lose a player from the Tiger family. In real life, Jim Price, the catcher, backup catcher for the 1968 Tigers who won the World Series, passed away. He was a longtime announcer with Dan Dickinson doing the radio commentary for the Detroit Tigers. So R.I.P. to Jim Price, who passed away earlier in the week. Now we've got Dan Petry on the mound. He's been going through his own struggles. All the bullpen is available today. And then I did make one, by the way, who is now up and will be in the rotation in place of Jeff Robinson. Okay, and then we have one change to our lineup. I did send Rusty Tillman down, and I called up the veteran Jim DWYER I didn't change his card. But we signed him as a minor league free agent. And he's a left-handed bat. He'll play DH for us as we move Kenny Smith over to first. Rusty Tillman didn't do anything wrong exactly, but he just also didn't really contribute much. And so I thought, why not get a veteran in there and see if what Jim Dwyer can do for us in these next 2 weeks before the roster band, and then maybe we'll have a deeper bench to choose from. So let's go ahead and do the Tigers lineup rundown for today's ball game. Batting leadoff, playing center field is Willie Wilson. There we go. Batting second at second base is Sweet Lou Whitaker. Batting third at shortstop is Alan Trammell. Batting cleanup, playing first base is Kenny Smith. Batting fifth at third base is George Brett. Batting sixth and catching is Terry Kennedy. Batting seventh in left field is Kirk Gibson. Batting eighth, making his Tigers debut, is Jim Dwyer, DHing. And batting ninth is the right fielder, Glenn Wilson. Okay, it's Al Lachowicz on the mound. Hey, this guy's been a starter since he was 19 years old. Never made a start in real life in the major leagues, but he's their teammates. He's making his 25th start, 8-10 with a 4.56 ERA, 86 strikeouts in 163 and 2/3 innings pitched. Opponents are batting .285 against him. He's got 5 complete games and a shutout. Fastball is pretty lively at 94 miles an hour. Ground ball percentage is 48.2%. His fastball is his best pitch. It's rated a 96 and a good splitter for his secondary pitch. Overall rated a 90, the 23-year-old righty is a free agent at the end of the 87 season. And I do believe we played him already, yeah. So he got the start against us way back in June 6th, right before the All-Star game. And he got the win. He went 8 innings, giving up 2 runs on 5 hits, a couple of walks and 5 strikeouts. Hit a batter, in fact. So a solid performance overall for Lachowicz. And then we pitched him in the All-Star game, and he went an inning just giving up a hit. So, all right, so there's Al Lachowicz. Let's take a look at the defense for the Rangers. Oh, yeah, they got an 18-year-old in center field. Donnie Scott behind the plate. He's got a bad arm, right? No, he's got a 90 arm. Okay, so running might be off the table. ALICEA is their second baseman. So their infield is all below league average. Their outfield is solid. And they got Donnie Scott behind the plate. Okay, here we go. Willie Wilson leading off versus Al Lachowicz. Full count to Wilson, and he strikes out swinging. Wilson might be toast, folks. He went from a .375 batting average to a .301 batting average in just a couple of weeks? He's batting .227 in his last 20 games. 1 out. Here's Sweet Lou Whitaker. Another full count strikeout. So at least we're working the counts. Back-to-back Ks to start off the ball game. Here is Alan Trammell with 2 down. 2-0 count. Ground ball to Bogener at first. And that will do it. So a 1-2-3 inning. We go to the bottom of the first. Let's take a look at the Rangers lineup rundown for today's ball game. Batting leadoff, playing center field, is Daniel Fernandez. Batting second at shortstop is Odie Davis. Batting third at third base is Marty Brown. Playing left field is Tom Dunbar. Batting fifth and catching is Donnie Scott. Batting sixth in right field is the veteran Leon Roberts. Batting seventh at second base is Luis ALICEA. Batting eighth and DHing is Jose Canseco. And playing first base is Terry Bogener. They have 5 rookies in their lineup. Let's take a look at Dan Petry. Peach in his 25th start, going for his 10th win once again. He's 9-7 this year with a .420 ERA. I'm sure some of you like that ERA. 83 strikeouts in 148 innings pitched. Opponents are batting .251 against him. One complete game this year. His fastball tops out at 89 miles an hour. Ground ball percentage is 46%. His fastball is at 91, sliders at 83. Two other pitches just below league average. Overall, rated an 89, the 25-year-old righty is a free agent at the end of the 86 season. Looking at his log. Yeah, he took the loss against Texas back on June 6th, went 6 innings, giving up 4 runs on 9 hits, a couple of walks, 5 strikeouts. He's coming off a no decision versus Baltimore. He went 5 innings, did not pitch well, did not strike anyone out. I mean, he's lost 6 in his last 8 decisions, so not great for Peaches. I don't really have any hope for him today. Let's take a look at our defense. Solid everywhere you look, and Kenny Smith at first base. I think this is his 14th start at first base this year, and he may be getting a majority of the starts the rest of the way. Okay, Daniel Fernandez leading off versus Dan Petry. Here we go, 2-2 count to Fernandez. Hot shot to Whitaker at second. That's out number 1. Next man up is Odie Davis. A grown man named Odie. Popping it up to first. 2 down. That's going to leave it up to Marty Brown to get something going. Brown's got 10 home runs on the year. Another one of the everyday rookies in this lineup. He's going to pop it up right on the chalk down the first baseline. And it's caught by the catcher, Kennedy, for out number 3. We go to the top of the second. Here's Kenny Smith leading off. Smith, Brett, and Kennedy. I mean, Ken Smith, again, we've probably pushed some of these players too hard because none of them are producing anymore. I mean, Ken Smith, other than walking, has done nothing for us. Wilson is toast. Glenn Wilson never had a chance. So here's George Brett, by the way, who actually is the only guy who's at least stayed consistent. He's going to line that off the wall in left field for a double. That's double number 27 on the year. And we have a runner in scoring position. Where would we be without George Brett? Now, we are giving away this Bert Blyleven autograph card, but we will have a grand prize at the end of the year. And I can pretty much guarantee you it will have to do with George Brett. I am looking for an autograph, but it's hard to find. The only ones that I'm finding are around $150, which is probably a little bit more than I would want to spend. But it will be George Brett centered. So keep that in mind as we wrap up the season. We got Brett on second. Here is Terry Kennedy. TK, another Tiger that we can depend on, although he strikes out. 4 Ks for Lachowicz. He struck out 4 of the 5 batters. 4 of the 5 outs, I should say at this point, have been strikeouts. Here's Kirk Gibson. Can he drive in Brett? Nope. Oh, yes, he will. Line drive down the left field line. It's all or nothing with our Tigers as Gibby gets a double, his 18th of the season, a career high. His 50th run driven in, and it's 1-0 Detroit. And I'm so glad to be playing with the lead. Okay, Jim Dwyer, his first at-bat as a Tiger. He's had a good career. Bounced around quite a bit in our sim. Rips it into right field, and there's out number 3. So we go to the bottom of the second. Tigers are on the board thanks to the GIBSON RBI. We've got Tom Dunbar leading off against Dan Petry. A 2-2 count, and Petry strikes out Dunbar. Petry's got more strikeouts today than he did last game. That's 1. Here's a full count to Donnie Scott, a line drive right back at Petry. Actually, I guess it got back past Petry to Whitaker. Looked like Petry cut it off. 2 down. And Leon Roberts at the plate, leading the team with 18 home runs. And Petry walks him. Now, Luis ALICEA, he just got the second base job. I mean, he's 19 years old. He doesn't really do anything well. Not defensively, not offensively. I guess somebody's got to play second. So ALICEA with a 1-1 count. And there's a high fly ball down the left field line. Foul territory, but the play will be made by Gibson for out number 3. We go to the top of the third. And Glenn Wilson leading off. Glenn Wilson has an OPS of just over 600. What a complete disappointment he has been this year. As Wilson flies out to center field for out number 1. And we are back to Willie Wilson. Wilson popping it up on the infield. 2 quick outs for Lachowicz. And another batter that goes to full count. Whitaker popping it up to third. That was an 8-pitch at bat. We go to the bottom of the third inning. Tigers are up 1-0. Now here's Jose Canseco. He's a rookie, only 20 years old. His power has not developed. He's only got 1 home run. I was going to call him a singles hitter, as there seems to be a delay here. There we go. Fly ball to center field. I think having those ducks active on the page is like a problem. So we're going to go ahead and just close that up. And let's see if that clears things up a little bit. Bogener in the number 9 spot. He's a pretty solid hitter. Actually, I want to look. I think last year, yeah, he got a few more bats last year. This is a guy that's been on the bench. And he's, as a first baseman, he's got no pop. He's never had a major league home run. 2 down, we're back to Daniel Fernandez. And, of course, Whitaker walks the 18-year-old. Second walk issued by Petry. 2 down, here's Odie Davis, and Davis will pop it up on the infield. Trammell calling for it, and makes the catch. Moving on to the 4th inning. Trammell and Barrett. Full count to Trammell. When's the last time the Tigers had someone walk other than Smith? I feel like we never have that happen. Another long at bat. Lachowicz up to 55 pitches. Another out. Smith grounding out to short. And George Brett gets his second hit of the ball game. He had a double and scored, and now he's got a base hit to left. 2 down for Terry. Kennedy's going to drop it into left center field. It will fall in for a hit. Brett going on to third. The Brett Kennedy back-to-back. Maybe we should move these guys up in the lineup. They always seem to come through. Kennedy batting 31. Okay, Gibby, he drove in the first run of the ball game. He's got a full count. And a ground ball up the middle. An error on the second baseman allows the run to score. ALICEA boots it. The youngster feeling the pressure. And the Tigers have the lead 2-0 now. You put the ball in play and good things will happen. So 2 down. And now Jim DWYER has a chance to drive in a run. Gets all of it. High fly ball to center. 311 feet. Not good enough. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Tack on another run. It's 2-0 Detroit. Petry at 50 pitches. Facing Marty Brown. It's the heart of the order. 2-2 count to Brown, and he strikes him out. Second K. for Petry. That's going to bring up Tom Dunbar. He struck out for the other K that Petry's achieved today. Dunbar flying out to right. 2 down, and the catcher, Donnie Scott, striking out. All right, I'm liking what I'm seeing from today. A nice 1-2-3 inning. We go to the top of the 5th. Here is Glenn Wilson leading off. Gosh, talk about a guy that's due. He's not capable of anything. Glenn Wilson, what an abomination he's been in right field for us. All right, 1 down. It's like when you add a good player like Willie Wilson, somebody else has to pay the price. You know, it's not like there's only so many stats to go around for your lineup, right? And if you bring in somebody good, somebody else has to pay the price for that. And I think that's what's happening here. There we go. Ground ball to short. I thought that was going to get through. And Wilson is 0 for 3 now. Willie Wilson. 2 down, and Whitaker hits a ground ball to ALICEA. And another error. Wow. Wow. ALICEA struggling defensively. Runner on first. 2 down. Here's Trammell. Trammell pulls it into left field. Unfortunately, right at the left fielder, Roberts. That's Dunbar, I should say. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Leon Roberts leading off, followed by ALICEA and CANSECO. Roberts walked the first time up, and there's the first hit of the ball game. So let's see if we can get out of this jam. Or will Petry completely fall apart in the 5th inning? That is what he's accustomed to doing. Yeah, there's an infield single, even though I pulled the infield in. So this game is probably over. We just have to push the buttons here. CANSECO popping it up. One down, first and second. Terry Bogner. Yep. So we'll pull the infield in. It doesn't matter now. This game is done. There's another walk to rock and a run. Great. Pull the infield in. Nothing we can do. Another full count. He walks another runner in. Game is tied. Then the strikeout, of course. And the fly ball. So that all that had to happen. There was no way that we could ever have gotten through that inning. Walked in runs, an infield single. Yeah. So the game is tied, and it's really actually over. So we are simply just playing to play it out. Brett, we'll go for 3. Why not? There we go. Brett has a single, double, and a triple today. That is his 3rd triple of the year. Look at this. In 1979, Brett led the American League with 20 triples. He had 42 doubles, 20 triples, 23 home runs. That's very Curtis Granderson-like. All right. So Brett's on 3rd. We're going to have him go on contact. They're pulling the infield in. Ground ball up the middle. Brett is out at home. So yeah, these are all the indicators that we have lost. There's nothing we can do. Jim Dwyer does come through, drive in a run. Tigers get the lead back 3-2. And I mean, look at, like, Petry had total control. He threw 30 pitches in the 5th inning. He's got 5 walks now, more walks than strikeouts. Yeah, it's over. What a shitty game this. Yep. That's 5 hits and 5 walks given up by Petry. That'll get the go-ahead run. You're probably like, why haven't you taken Petry out yet? It doesn't matter. Like, there's the first baseman just tagged and went to second. It does not matter. Anybody that we would bring in would do the exact same thing. Yeah. So after they get the lead, then he strikes out the guy. I mean, that's just what happens. So we'll take him out now, but it wouldn't matter who we brought in. There's no strategy that you can enlist to make this game go your way anyway when it doesn't want to. Like Petry's actually thrown more pitches than Lachowicz now. This is absolutely the worst game on the market. They're leaving. Oh no, they're going to take him out. They're bringing in Jerry Don Gleaton. I mean, we cannot count on any of these guys anymore. Look at this. Our four best hitters are 0 for 16 with 5 strikeouts. George Brett looking for a home run for the cycle. GIBSON, base hit to lead off the 9th. And bring in Kevin Bass for the old hit and run. Nope, of course not. Why doesn't GIBSON tag and go to second? You know? Base hit for Wilson. That's the second hit today. Well, we got to take Wilson out, don't we? Stay out of the double play. We'll bring in Dougie Baker. Got the hit and run on for what it's worth. Yep, that's the ball game. Oh, nope. That should have been a strike him up. Our batter with a 91 hit and run rating misses. Baker does steal second base, but it doesn't matter now. That game is over. Tigers lose 4-3, even though we had it sewed up. We've lost 3 in a row. There's nothing we can do about it now. We just have to accept all these losses. Take a look at the standings. Boston had the day off. They gained a half game. Headline news. Brainiac Baseball Daily Beat. A's beat the Brewers. Transactions. Nothing. Pull up the box score and get out of here. Thanks for watching, guys. Like and or subscribe to the channel. Get in on the duck race. Be a subscriber. Let me know in the comments if you want to get in on it. We will have a video here for, I believe it's the 2022 playoff football fat packs. And yet, it was such a good a good haul of cards. I had 2 videos of these individual videos of these cards, and for some reason neither one of them did well, and I don't know why that is, but Petry is done, Willie Wilson is done, Ken Smith is done for the year. I mean, we may as well just take them all out of the lineup and just bring in rookies, like 5 rookies like the Rangers did. It makes no goddamn sense how this game is designed. It is just the worst designed game on the planet. I can't stress how stupid and poorly designed this game is. Petry had a no-hitter into the 5th inning, and he manages to give up 5 hits, 6 walks. Yeah, I mean, just total bullshit. Horrible design game. All right, I've said my piece. That's going to do it. We're going to come back tomorrow and play Game 120 of the season. Until then, everyone, have a great day.